Gosh, it's only a month since I was last here. I mean, yes, it feels longer because we've been on holiday in Bangkok and, you know, it's been Christmas, then the New Year. But everything feels so very green. Very green. Yeah, we're in the middle of the rainy season now, so you would expect it to be green, but you do forget just how green it becomes. Look at that, eh? Look at all that green going out there. And you see these paddies, they go down these valleys down the mountain on these strips like this. Now I often stop here and take a video of this farmhouse, partially because it's got that lovely mountain behind it. But it's a typical farmhouse. But the corn is so high, you can't see it today, can you? In fact, some of the corn's been harvested in places, because you see it on the ground drying out, including in front of the masjid. Ah, here's the corn drying outside people's houses, so they harvested it. And you see they placed it there outside the house so that it'll dry out. I guess they'll take it to the market and sell it, or maybe they just keep it for themselves for their own eating. Here's some more corn drying, and can you see here? Hung it from the roof here. Yeah. I guess I've seen it before, but I don't recall having seen it done before. Yeah. There it is, tied up below the roof rafters to dry. Yeah. See all the moss on this wall. You only get that in a wet season as well. And this is what I often call the most beautiful scene on my walk. This lovely valley. But as you can see, the trees all grown. You can hardly see the valley today. Look, that's about the best view I can get, maybe. Maybe if I move a bit further I can see more. So the valley goes down to Jogja. So on those hills in the distance, behind those is Jogja. Yeah, you can't really see it. Again, I think it was a month ago, you could see all the way down. I don't know if you remember the bus terminal flooding. And I said that maybe cutting down of the trees had caused it. There look to be plenty of trees here now, don't there? Now, I don't know why I should be surprised at how green things are. Because, you know, we have two seasons. We have a dry season when it can be very dry and gets very arid and brown, and we have a wet season or a rainy season when it becomes very green like this. But it still surprises me. Still surprises me, I suppose, of God's majesty. You know, of the wonderful things that He's created for us, that we take for granted, especially if we live in cities. But yeah, I can't get over how green everything looks. It's beautiful, isn't it? Now, I don't often stop here to take this picture, but... And I'm not sure... Oh, there you go. You can see it now. The sun is breaking through. It's, 6 in the morning, and the sun's beginning to come through. I'll probably have a sweaty walk back from the market today. And, do you know, even though it'll be very hot coming back from the market, I'd anticipate at about 4 or 5 o'clock it'll rain today. That's how it goes. Now, I don't know if you're like me, but you know, I always say that the valley at the top there is the most beautiful, and then I see this and I think, oh my God, this is beautiful here. So allow me 2 of the most beautiful parts of my walk, if you will. But you know, when you see the rice paddy like that, So green, and as I say, the sun is coming through now. It's past 6 o'clock now. The sun is beginning to come through, and it's just beautiful. And you know, I said about the last one, I said before, we were reminded of God's creation and his majesty. Well, this really does, doesn't it? It's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful view. And it gets me every time. That's the point. You know, every time I come past it, I just think, wow, that's wonderful. And I know what it looks like. Now, this compound or house, they seem to have been doing new things to it, improving it for a very long time. But today is the first time I noticed how beautiful the main house now is. And I can only think that these are things that they've been, well, it's recently been improved. So, I mean, I guess this is quite a wealthy person. I mean, certainly looks it, doesn't it? It's a beautiful house. In Indonesia, when one sees wealth, one always has to doubt where it came from, unfortunately. Shame, really. Here's another scene I don't normally really take. I take it of the paddy on either side, but isn't it beautiful seeing the roofs in the trees there? You know, I don't notice it normally. Am I feeling good? I guess the answer is yes. But everything does feel particularly beautiful today. Noticing things I don't normally notice. See, there's the paddy that I normally take a picture of. And I mean, it is nice. You know, it is nice. And there's the paddy on the other side, you see, stretching down the valley. Again, stretching towards the bus terminal that was flooded. I don't know if that's responsible. Now, this is also a scene that I don't often bother taking a video of. We're at a sort of, well, it's a T-junction. So this is a mainish road going down to the main road that links the village. And so now the road that I've been walking on becomes more important because of it goes round that T-junction to the bigger road that, as I say, links the village. Almost a throughway through the village, if you like. So I'm very close to the village now. I'm on the final stretch. So I'm just walking down towards it. I've got one more little bit of a hill to climb and then it's all downhill. Now, I always remark how much greener the paddy is here than further up the mountain and how much taller. But you know, I think they've already had a harvest. So this is the second growth of paddy, I'm pretty certain. Oh, I don't know, it's pretty high there. Maybe not. But I'm not struck by the greenery that I normally am here. And look at that sun coming out now. It's 20 past 6. Oh, I will sweat on the way home. Yeah, I'll have a shower when I get back though. Thank goodness. So, yeah, it's 6:25 and the market's, well, more than well in its flow. It'll be running down soon, but you can see many people here. I've just passed where they're selling the rice. Here, look. Loads of vegetables. But what I've not seen is my friend MBAH SINGKOK. Now, she's an old lady. I say she's old, she's actually a year younger than me. But deaf as a post and bent over. And I always say hello to her. Wow, look at this, eh? Traffic jam in the village. How about that? I think it must be the time of the day because, you know, Jakarta's quite quiet in being. Guess who that is? This is Basimko. This is Basimko, yeah. I said I'd see you.
Okay.
So look at that, it's 7:05. I normally like to be home at this time, but particularly on a sunny day like this. But my wife was late, so I'm gonna pour with sweat going up that mountain, but I guess it's good for me. Now if you remember, Sinkhok wasn't in her usual place, but she still managed to find me, so let's see if she's returned to where I normally see her, which is just down here. Now she's actually was a friend of my wife's mother, so she does come and visit us at the house and sell us all sorts of things. I think she's already gone. I think she's gone. You see, it's quite late, it's 7:05 now, and so the market is winding down, and as I say, it'll be very hot for me to walk home, and she's not so stupid. She's already gone home by the looks of it. Yeah, unless, oh no, is that her? Yes, yeah, here she is. He is Basimko. Apa? Apa? Okay, makasih Pak. Dadah.
Thank you.
Pacar saya. Oh, can you see that? Do you know what that fruit is? We call it rambutan, and it's really like lychee. It's a hairy lychee, but they're in season now. I've seen quite a bit of it. Well, I'm on my way back now, and it's nearly 7:30, and it's very beautiful. The sun is shining, and it's very hot. Yeah, I think my wife wants me to lose weight, which so do I. But sweating it off like this is, well, I suppose some people pay to go to a gym to do this, so it's a bit nicer, isn't it, walking up a mountain in the heat? Or at least I think so. But oh, we're getting to a bit where there's no cover from the sun at all, and I will feel it, you know. And when I get back, I'll want a good drink. Yeah. Might have remembered this on the way down, but now with the sun really shining on it, it's so very, very beautiful. It really is. Look at that. Isn't that tremendous? Yeah. Going the other way down the valley. Also a beautiful view now in the sunshine. Yeah. You're probably saying, why don't I go later to the market? Because the sun shines so much better to get good photos. And I've already told you the reason. It's too hot to walk home. And in fact, the market is all but over now at 7:30 because of that reason. And yet again, I mean, this was beautiful on the way down, but now with the light like this, it's absolutely tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. And as I say, I walk past it. The market's every 5 days, so I walk past it every 5 days. When I'm here in the mountains, which last year wasn't so much thanks to health restrictions. Well, that's the excuse they gave. But, you know, I try and be here about 6 months a year. So every 5 days I walk down, but I'm just always surprised at the beauty of this particular scene. And yeah, I don't know if you're religious or not, but even if you're not, it does remind us of the majesty of God's creation, doesn't it? Well, it's past 7:30 now, and yes, it's hot. Fortunately, this little bit is shaded, but I'm about to start the steepest bit of my climb home. Now, when I first started doing this, I used to have to take a break before I reached the end. Hopefully, I'm stronger now and I can keep going, but we'll see, because it is hot. I'm cursing my wife. Look at that, eh? And it keeps going, that's the trouble. Not only is it steep, it doesn't stop for quite a while. Yeah, you're just about to see the steepest bit coming into focus now. You see it? Yeah. I'm going to turn it off because I'll be panting too much. I did reach what I consider the top without stopping. Hear me panting. I've stopped a little now to record this so that you can see just how steep it is that I've come up. Whew, dear me, and just how hot the sun is in the sky. It's 20 to 8, far too late to be doing this, but there aren't many more hills and I've broken the back of the walk home, thank God. Now, there's often too much haze or cloud cover to see the top of the mountain effectively, but today we've got rather a good view of it. To call it a mountain top is perhaps wrong, because it's more of a ridge. It goes on for quite some time. Now, I don't live at the very top, I'm quite close to home, but I'm more than halfway up it, and I've got to say, I'm happy to be nearly home. However enticing the top looks. Now, I did say to you that it's more of a ridge than a mountain top, and you could sort of see it a little better from this view. You see, it's more of a ridge. Actually, we're going to lose it in the trees again now. I said we wouldn't have a better view of the ridge, but we do here. So yeah, you can see the ridge a bit better. Of course, the vegetation's high, so it's often obscured, but you can see it in the background there. There's the ridge. Now, I have an admission to make. I've never managed to walk to the top. It gets very, very steep. I'm a lot healthier now, maybe I could do it, but I've not tried. It is incredibly steep near the end. Well, I'm on the last stretch home and I see this family of goats. Yeah, isn't that nice to see on my way back? Yeah, look how many there are. Yeah, so many goats. They want to let me know that they're there. And if we look down here, this is the final stretch home. I'm very nearly there. I'm very nearly back. And I'm pleased to be, because it's 10 to 8. And if I get home after 8 o'clock, I do melt. Honestly. And as if to let me know what time it is. There you can see the sun. Here. So it's rather beautiful. But bloody hot.